Welcome back, fellow Horror Night fans and Universal fans alike. Welcome back to another episode of Halloween Horror World, where today we're going to be discussing something a little bit different, as well as talking about the kind of slowdown in announcements, as well as a big thank you to you guys. We've just hit 150 subscribers on the channel. Thank you guys so much for your support. It means the world to me. This channel has been a fantastic hobby of mine. To talk about the event and meet quite a few people from the community as well and kind of outreach to them. So this has been a lot of fun to work on. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Really appreciate it. It makes me happy that people do enjoy the videos. So thank you very much, guys. So in terms of the announcements, Orlando has announced something that's coming soon. It's deadly close. So what could this possibly been? Roughly around this time. I mean, Chance was announced last year as an icon. My guess is it's probably an icon announcement. In terms of mazes, Hollywood's not going to have a new announcement until at least mid to late July. John Murdy stated on his Twitter that's roughly around the time we'll be getting a new announcement. We know for a fact Hollywood doesn't have icons, so we know it's a maze announcement. So in terms of Orlando, most likely it's going to be an icon reveal. Now to the main subject of the video. So this is something I've been thinking about for quite a while, and back when I started in 2013 talking about the event itself. Something that's kind of built in my brain, is kind of just built over time. With the slowdown in announcements, I thought this would be the perfect time to kind of discuss this subject on the videos. A Halloween Horror Nights film. How could they do it? What should they do it on? Well, I've had quite a bit of time to kind of think about the possibilities of this. Now, we've seen Disney kind of capitalize on their own in-park attractions. In this case, the big one being Pirates of the Caribbean, and we know how much that series has made. Now, with Universal working on the Dark Universe, I would have thought the Dark Universe would have been a better title to work on, kind of connected to the subject 1, which I'm going to be talking about in terms of how to do a Halloween Horror Nights movie, as well as the second one, which I've kind of thought about would be kind of a fun film to do. Now, in terms of subject 1, that in regards to all the lore that Orlando has worked on, from icon backstories to legendary truth to even the minor characters like body collectors, and that there's a whole history to work on there. It's a rich history, and utilizing that, they could create this universe, which I thought would have been better subject for the Dark Universe rather than the Universal Monsters. I thought that would be an interesting connection because every story is connected some way. Jack is connected to Shady Brook. It's just quite a bit of content to basically work off. Bloody Mary with Legendary Truth. There's a whole connection there, and to utilize that, they could easily do mini stories. Kind of like how they originally intended the Halloween series. Once Michael Myers was out of the picture, Tommy Lee Wallace worked on Season of the Witch, which was going to be a separate kind of story that took place on Halloween but wasn't connected to Halloween. Whereas in this, you could easily do a story based on Shady Brook and have that kind of tie into the world of Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, Chance even was institutionalized at Shady Brook later down the line for HHN 26. There's a lot of story there. Legendary Truth is like the core of this, with all these information on these monsters and icons, and that they could be the fixed point. They could be the Prodigium, which is what, or Monarch, like for Monsterverse. So they could be the grounding part for this whole Horror Nights universe. And it would be cool to kind of have like each investigator go to a different subject, get hunted down by like Jack or someone like that. And then you've got the big bad guy, which is Fear. But there's a lot of content that you can kind of work with that. I mean, these are just kind of random things off the top of my head. But you see what I mean? There's quite a bit of lore to kind of work with and play with, this whole universe that they created. I mean, the creative team at Halloween Horror Nights Orlando have done an amazing job at creating this backstories for this universe that simply could make for an interesting film. I mean, Horror Nights makes Universal quite a bit of money. It'd be even, I mean, I'd pay to see a Halloween Horror Nights film, even if it was, I'd still see it. I mean, as someone who loves the event. So it could make them potentially quite a bit of money working on this. Now, subject 2 would be this is something that I just thought off the top of my head. Have the parks come to life, like something happens, a spell or incantation or something that summons fear, and he basically turns all the scare actors into actual monsters. Like the purges become the purges. You've got the mazes that become active, and the main characters are forced to play this game where they have to survive and go through every single maze to survive or collect an item and something like that. This is just something at the top of my head. So that'd be something cool to see, utilizing the park to their advantage. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential here for a Halloween Horror Nights film. Now, whether they do one or later is up to them. I mean, maybe they just don't see it as a viable option, but it's something that's kind of been bowling around in my head for a while, and thinking about it, I think it'd be a fun project to see, especially on Subject 1, which is all that lore and content. I mean, heck, Legendary Truth was created incidentally by Bloody Mary, isn't her interaction with one of the original founding members. So there's a lot of content you could work in. I mean, heck, the history goes back to 1800s with the Body Collectors invading Shadybrook. I mean, there is a lot of things to play with. So, I mean, is it a good idea? I mean, that's to say. I mean, if they get a good, decent writing team and a good director, I mean, it could turn out to be a really fun horror film. So, it's just something I've been thinking about, and something, because the announcements and that have been slowing down, is something I wanted to bring finally to this. I mean, I've been thinking about this for a long time and how to do it as a video. So, there's a lot of content to play with. Now, what do you guys think? Do you guys want to see a Halloween Horror Nights film? What's your pitch for a Halloween Horror Nights film? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. And until the next time, guys, thank you so much. This is the Crazy Englishman signing off.